up here because my tripod keeps collapsing on me. I might have to hold between my legs. That is alright. Alright. Hello everyone, it's Comrade for Comrade Chasing / Weather. Here again for another Hurricane live stream here. Okay, this tripod is just not trying to work at all here. Here is Hurricane Helene. It is a extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane. I'm actually going to move myself here so I can focus on the radar at hand. Thank you for joining me here. We're back in the office here. Probably just going to live stream for maybe an hour or two. Hopefully this makes landfall in the next hour or so. At most, I'll stay up till midnight, but it's a Thursday night. It's a school night for me, so I can't stay up too late. So midnight at the most for me. Let me just put this live stream on X real quick, or Twitter. Bear with me for 1 second. Yeah, I don't care. New channel. So Helene is a Category 4 with winds up to 140 miles an hour as of the 9 o'clock position updates. They've been doing hourly updates. This is an extremely dangerous storm in a situation for people near Perry, Cross City, Steinhatchee. I don't know how to say that. I've been saying Steinhatchee. No one's corrected me so far, so we're just gonna roll with it. But Taylor County especially is going to be hit hard by this thing within the next, I would say, an hour or so. Copy the link. Again, this is a very, very dangerous storm. This is not to be trifled with whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, lightning right now there's a lot of lightning in the eye wall. You can't see it here right now because this radar I have doesn't show lightning. Let me get. Well, Reed Timmer's got it, but I don't want to show his radar because it has his spotter thing on there. I don't want to steal radar from him, if you will. So yeah, so the pressure right now is 941 millibars, so very, very low. It is a Category 4 and has intensified to 140 miles an hour. I wouldn't be surprised if, even if it's in the post-analysis, that we see maybe a Category 5 on the off season when they're doing the analysis. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to go live so late today, so I'm a bit tired. It's a Thursday night, so it's still a school night. But again, I'm gonna try to stay up. Midnight is my cutoff. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make landfall for some reason before midnight, or if there's like a bunch of tornado warnings. I need at least 5 hours of sleep to at least function tomorrow, especially because I got a test. So staying up already isn't the best thing to do, but it doesn't matter because I'd rather save lives than I'd rather save lives and fail my test than not save lives and pass, which most people wouldn't do, but I do because I usually put more people before myself. Sorry, I'm just trying to tweet out the thing and talk at the same time. I'll put on the loop here. So, I mean, look at this storm. This storm is the most massive storm I think I've ever seen here, ever. Very, very large, powerful eye wall here. Very. I mean, look at the eye. Look at the eye of the storm. That thing's got to be at least 30 miles wide. I think was like a few hours ago. It was like 30 miles wide. And very closed off. and it's still strengthening even up to landfall. Sorry, again, a lot of things happening right now. I'm trying to tweet out that we're live. Trying to, talk at the same time. All right. All right, that's sent. Didn't prepare graphics, so I just took a picture of radar from like a few hours ago. So that's gonna be the thumbnail. It doesn't really matter, does it? I think there's multiple tornado warnings in effect. So why don't we shoot off to those for a second here? They're all in Georgia and a little bit of South Carolina. Look at all these supercells. Like, I'm surprised none of these are all tornado warned. Like the ones by Savannah and stuff, yeah, they're warned and stuff. But I mean, like Statesboro, Georgia, ones near the radar. I mean, look. I mean, you got multiple supercells here, and all of them are rotating. In fact, I think these two here would probably be likely to get tornado warned in the next few minutes here. Let me check on attic radar on my computer here. Where is it? There it is. I'm only using this radar for the live stream because attic radar the past like 6 hours has been slow for me, so using one that I can actually trust, that won't break. And by break, I mean not be so laggy it won't load. I think this one still is. There we go. Yeah, so I'm right now just checking those cells on the super res radar. I don't have anything on my Xbox all the way over this way anymore. I got a live stream on, but I have it muted, so copyright and all that. So I don't want to, I don't want to get in trouble for that. That'd be a stupid reason to. Yeah, so there's a tornado warning out for Chatham County, Effingham County, and Jasper County in southeastern Georgia and South Carolina, respectively. This one is moving northwest at 45 miles an hour. There is it's broad, but some rotation just southwest of Hardyville, and that is in, that is in Georgia, I believe, Hardyville, Georgia. So if you're closer to places like Purdy'sburg, Rincon, those areas, Goshen Villa in Georgia, I believe this is in. You might want to take cover. Rincon and Goshen Villa are under a tornado warning, so please do take cover. Savannah is still in a tornado warning. There is some broad rotation just to the north of Carver Village. Well, I don't know if that's the one it's warned for. There is some southwest of Turnbridge Landing, not too far away from Speedway Boulevard, if you know where that area is in Savannah. Looking at the correlation coefficient here. Sorry, again, I'd have it on here, but I mean, I could actually just where's Savannah? I'm looking right at it, aren't I? Yeah, so like you can see some rotation. You know what? I'm going to attic radar. There we go. It might not load too well, but that's all right. We're just gonna roll with it because me just telling you where things are without showing evidence, kind of. Oh, it actually works. Who would have thought? Velocity. Okay, so they just trimmed down the warning. Savannah is still technically in it, and that's what I'm talking about here. Got this area of rotation here. It's a little broad, except for this little portion here. So Savannah, I'd still stay in cover. Have this, but northwest of White Marsh Island. These are moving northwest. So Limehouse, again, like Hardyville, Fort Wentworth, Garden City, those areas need to be in cover still. Uh, we could have brief tornadoes if we haven't already. Look at correlation coefficient. Is that a debris drop? No, I don't think so. I think that's not what I meant. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's not a debris drop, so we're okay for right now. Let's move over to. That's the only one. Okay, so this one's all right. That one's expired. That one's gonna expire in like 5 minutes. See if we'll continue it. According to AZ Intel, they are looking at the Power Outage US website says over 630,000 customers are without power in Florida as Hurricane Helene approaches the U.S. state. So that is as of 8/18. I don't know where they are. They might be in Central, so it might be from almost 10 minutes ago, or it could be from an hour ago. If it was from an hour ago, I would probably be closer to 800,000 maybe, or at least 750,000. That's we got. Tornado warning continues for Richmond Hill, Georgia, and Burroughs, Georgia. From 9/24, it is an observed tornado warning. This is just. I'm retweeting this on Twitter. This is okay. This is just southwest. This cell. It is this cell here. Let's get the velocity up here. Oh, 9 minutes ago. Jeez. Yeah, Charleston's got to update their radar like now. I'm gonna. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's your rotation right there, just north of Richmond Hill and just west of Georgetown. Let's see here. Let's see if there's any correlation. CC drop. No, can't really. It's not. It's a bit far away from the radar. But there's definitely rotation there. Between Richmond Hill and Henderson in Georgia. So Richmond Hill, Burroughs, Henderson, those areas need to be in cover right now. A tornado has been observed. Trying to see who observed it. I would assume either radar or weather spotters. Probably, or maybe even law enforcement too. Yeah, which win on. Eesh. Okay, this is coming from BNO News for weather Twitter and weather enthusiasts. They're known to be. Oh, wow. Okay, that is. Oh. All right. So BNO News. BNO News is, it's a news site. It's trustworthy. I am looking at a picture. I can't show it because I'm not sure if it's a traffic camera or if it's. It might be a traffic camera, but I don't want to risk it. Showing a large highway sign on a. It's either on the cruiser or it's on a vehicle. I think it's on a vehicle. But one of the highway signs has fallen on a car and has killed the driver. So we have, unfortunately, one death related to Hurricane Helene on I-4 in Tampa, Florida. So that's some tragic news coming out of Florida right now. On I-4, I'm retweeting that. First death linked to the hurricane has been confirmed, unfortunately. We pray this is the only one. Obviously, we don't want any deaths, but we pray this is the only one. Especially this thing's just going past expectations. I was almost thinking of trimming down my prediction. My prediction from yesterday was Cat 4, 135. And earlier this morning, I was thinking, oh, okay, I might trim this down because it doesn't look like it's gonna. didn't look like it was even going to get to Cat 3 at some point. But I think after noontime, it was like, all right, this thing's actually going to keep going, and I don't think anything's going to stop it. So that's why I said I'm going to keep with my prediction. New tornado warning in Dublin, Georgia, Dunley, Georgia, and Rents, Georgia, until 10 o'clock. This is in central Georgia. So let's move out from there. That is for this cell here. Let's go to Robin's radar. Only like 20 minutes in, I'm already losing my voice. And the radar's already not working, is it? Please work. Please work. Nope. Alright. On to the other one. See, I only like Attic Radar because it's super resolution. Oh, okay. Super resolution radar. But this one actually works, even though it's just digital. But it actually works. Let's see. It's either this one or it's. Oh my god, this thing is crashing horribly, and I don't know why. It's either. Oh my god, why is it crashing? Yeah, so I think it's probably this with the blue here. That would probably explain most things. So if you are in Dublin, Georgia, Dunley, Georgia, if you see your town in this red box, please take cover immediately. Dunley, Dublin, Rents. Let's see any other smaller towns around here. No, it actually doesn't look like it. Dublin. Yeah, it just looks like Dublin, Dunley, and Rents, Georgia. You are under a tornado warning right now. It's for where this blue area is here, I believe. I wish I could draw it, but this radar doesn't have a drawing app to deal with. Just trying to check back in on the hurricane itself. What is that? Okay, so there's an extreme wind warning in effect. Does this radar show it? No, of course it doesn't. Alright, I'm gonna read it off from my thing here. Extreme wind warning for Lafayette County and Big Bend, Florida. Wauchula County, Dixie County, Taylor County, Jefferson County, Eastern Leon County, and Madison County in the Big Bend of Florida until midnight tonight, Eastern Daylight Time. At 8:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated extreme winds associated with the eye wall of Hurricane Helene were moving ashore 39 miles southeast of Carabel, moving north at 35 miles an hour. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. This is what they are saying right now on the extreme wind warning. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation, especially given this is a Category 4 hurricane. Packing winds up to 140 miles an hour of gusts, probably well over 160. So you need to be ready for like high-end EF3 winds. These are winds strong enough to level houses, and depending on the construction, of course. Got another tornado warning for Springfield, Shawnee, and Clio, Georgia. This is on the South Carolina-Georgia border. The Richmond Hill one continues, and it is still observed. So let's fly back to Charleston radar. And yeah, that one's definitely still rotating. Maybe not the best, but I know it just says drawing tools there, but it goes through like so many hoops, I can't even work with that. doesn't look like it is dropping a tornado right now, at least from what we can see, but according to them, there's still a. Actually, I don't think this is the one. Yeah. Uh, which one is it? Hold on, I gotta figure this out. They drop. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's weird. Said it was still. It's right here, but I don't have a tornado warning box on it. Maybe it's trying to load. I don't see a TDS, but again, yeah, that's not even. Did it just update? No, it updated like 3 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything in terms of a tornado here, but again, there could be a tornado. It says there's been a tornado spotted, so please take cover in Henderson. Actually, Henderson and Richmond Hill, I'd say you're in the clear now. Places west of Bloomingdale, Georgia, please take cover. I definitely would start taking cover. Rincon definitely. Yeah, even this rotation too. I think that's what I got warned for. Springfield, Georgia. What else we got? Shawnee, Georgia, and Clio, Georgia. Hopefully, I'm saying that one correctly. Please take cover now. Just try and check Twitter real quick to see if there's anything. All right. Yeah. Let's go back to the eye of the storm. Actually, that might go tornado warned in a minute or two. This is just north of Newington, Georgia. This probably in northwest too. Thankfully, it doesn't look like there's any towns really going to be near it. Maybe Sylvania, I think it's going to be too far away. And there's a little bit of broad rotation here too. But again, it looks like it's in a bit of a rural spot, but we'll keep an eye on those two. We'll probably get tornado warning in a few minutes, maybe. Let's see, anything else here? Yeah, that one still could produce a tornado if it can get a little bit better organized than the outflow. That one could drop a tornado too. It's kind of hard to tell. Might have to organize just a little bit of the inflow, but stay in cover, take cover, stay in cover. The all-season resort in Madeira Beach, Florida, is flooding. I am looking at a camera footage from inside the resort, and it is flooding. It's almost like the ocean is in the resort, because it literally is. It's just waves all over the place. So very significant flooding and storm surge. It's probably more storm surge doing that right now. All right, this is interesting how there's storm chasers in Florida right now being threatened with jail because they're defying orders to leave the area. If you're being threatened with an arrest, please leave. As much as it's kind of, I understand why, because it's kind of liability and all that. But it should be like, all right, we warned you. If you need help, that's on you. You decided to defy orders. That's my take on it. But I'm obviously gonna say, please just get out of there and just follow orders and just intercept at your own risk somewhere else. That is all I will say. Weather Track US is saying the worst of the storm surge right now is likely focused from around Deckle Beach to around Cedar Key, as southerly winds are pushing water on shore. Significant surge is still expected further west, but a negative surge can be experienced where winds are pulling away from the coast. I'll retweet that. Um, Sorry, I keep saying uh, let's go back to Tallahassee. Didn't finish the reading off of the extreme wind warning. I mean, look at this. This thing's likely an hour away from making landfall. Uh, my prediction might almost be correct, minus the 135 miles an hour. So again, extreme wind warning for Madison, Leon, Jefferson, Taylor, Dixie, Wakulla, and Lafayette County in the Big Bend of Florida until midnight. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Take cover now. Treat these winds as if a tornado is approaching. Move immediately to a safe room in your shelter or house. It says here the safest place to be during a major landfall and hurricane is in a reinforced interior room away from windows. Get under a table. Wow. Get under a table or other piece of sturdy furniture. Use mattresses, blankets, or pillows to cover your head and body. Remain in place through the passage of these life-threatening conditions. So, if you are in places like St. Mark's, Steinhatchee, or Perry, Florida, please put mattresses on you and just ride it out. Just ride it out. Have a helmet on too, because I'm sure if the wind gusts are gonna be like 160, this is probably cause some significant damage to your house. So definitely gonna want a helmet and like something heavy above you so you don't get hit by the debris. New tornado warning in South Carolina, Walterboro, Cottageville, and Jacksonboro, South Carolina until 10:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Between that is near the Hendersonville thing here. So let's take a look. Oh, okay. Well, it's not in Hendersonville over here. It's in Hendersonville over here. Uh, Charleston, and as for this cell here, I'm gonna assume it's for this rotation. Yeah, I think it is. And let's check the correlation on that. Little hard to tell. It could be. I'm gonna say it could be on the ground. It might not be on the ground, but regardless, please take cover in Walterboro, Cottageville, and Jacksonboro, South Carolina. Jacksonboro, especially right now, you're going to be the first town to be hit. Well, get close to this rotation. If it's not on the ground right now, it's probably going to be close to, if not already on the ground at some point. So please take cover. It is 9:42 Eastern. We are continuing to watch Hurricane Helene and its tornado warnings. Let's go back to Tallahassee and I'll put on a loop here. It's a bit, the eyes are getting a little bit triangular-ish. I think if it had a few more hours to strengthen, which it doesn't, but if it did, I think it could be a Category 5. But right now, I think Category 4 140 is a pretty good spot to stay at. Maybe post-analysis might reveal something else. But only wait until then. Jim Eds, he's well known as being one of the hurricane chasers, well-known hurricane chasers. From 7 minutes ago, he said surge, which I think he meant surge. Surge is almost up to us. Roof landed nearby. Very dangerous conditions at Cedar Key. So if you're in Cedar Key, you are in a hell of a position right now. The winds are probably very strong to throw a roof quite a ways away. Uh, I forgot where Cedar Key is. It's somewhere in this area, isn't it? Yeah, right there. Let's see. Can I get maybe Tampa Bay might be a better radar. Yeah, it's in that radar hole, isn't it? We'll take his word for it. He's well known, so we'll take his word for it. Yeah, so right now we are just waiting on Hurricane Helene to make landfall. The inner eye wall looks to be getting on shore within the next few minutes. Here, I think it's already starting to kind of disorganize a little because it's already the inner eye wall starting to meet with the coast and the land, but it's still going to be a Category 4 at landfall regardless. It does not matter. Deputies are going through floodwaters in Fort Myers Beach, Florida, to help residents. These deputies are probably 6 foot tall. It's up to their waist, so about 3 waters of floodwaters and probably more or less surge. So you're in a very dangerous position along the coast. This is why we kept telling people, please leave the coast, because the storm surge is going to be very significant. It's going to be very bad. Again, it's going to like 20-foot storm surge. That's up to 2 stories for a house. That's just very, very dangerous. Put on the loop here so it's not just a talking head, me. Yeah, you can start to see that inner eye wall kind of starting to get there onto the land in Dixie and portions of Taylor County. So should be live for another hour or two, hopefully an hour and a half at most. We're just waiting on landfall. That's practically all we're doing. We're also watching for tornado warnings. Let's take a look at the tornado warnings. Why don't we? Here. Alright, so this one's still some rotation. Not as strong as it was. And I don't see a TDS, which is good. But still, Dublin and Dudley, please stay in cover in Georgia. Brents, maybe stay in cover another 5 to 10 minutes, but you should be pretty much all set. The rotation's past to your northeast, but I'd still stay in cover. I got some rotation just southeast and east Dublin, Georgia. That could go tornado warning soon. So East Dublin, keep an eye out on that one. Let's go to Charleston radar. We'll check out these storms. Okay, that could be a tornado right there. Very small one, but it could be a tornado. Yeah, that might be a tornado. So we might have a tornado here in Georgia. It's kind of hard to tell now. Looks like that's a new scan. No, 8 minutes. Okay, looks good there for a second. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Belay my last thing. I don't think that's a tornado at the moment. I'm gonna wait for another radar scan before I say anything about that one. Alright. This is coming from Matt at the National Weather Service in Tallahassee. It's from like almost an hour ago. But again, an extreme wind warning has been issued for the Big Bend of Florida. This means to expect high winds of 115 miles an hour or greater due to the eye wall of a major hurricane. Treat this warning like an extended tornado warning. Tornado warning that lasts about 2 hours. Treat it like that. take shelter in the most interior room and hunker down. Very important, don't take shelter in the basement because it's probably flooding at this point. Um, stay on the first level. Stay on the first level. Get into the most centralized room with no windows, so you can protect yourself from flying debris. So you don't want to be near a window and a piece of wood comes flying into the window. That'll be bad. Um, Transformers are exploding in St. Petersburg from an hour ago. According to Recon, this is unconfirmed. This is someone on Twitter saying Recon is finding 938 millibars. So this thing is still strengthening up to landfall. 938 millibars. Waiting on confirmation from National Hurricane Center, the Hurricane Hunters, or any other trusted official like Weather Track US and the like. If that is the case, and also waiting on confirmation of the data. We are near the landfall of Hurricane Helene. Landfall is expected in the next couple hours. I think probably in the next hour or two. Yeah, that's basically all we're doing here. It's just waiting on it. That rotation's still going strong in Jacksonboro, Cottageville, South Carolina. Let's take a look at coefficient. It looks like it just kind of strengthened a little there. I don't see a TDS on it, thankfully, but Jacksonboro, stay in cover. It's practically on top of you. Cottageville, South Carolina, too. Walterboro, just to be safe, stay in cover. Tornado warning continues. Is that it for the tornado warnings for right now? Yes. All right, let's go back to Tallahassee's radar. They got some strong ones here. Yeah, I think that that's the eye wall. Again, yeah. So eye wall is approaching the shores right now. Some of the strongest winds are about to be felt in the next 20 to 30 minutes near Perry and Steinhatchee, Florida. We gotta go. We gotta go to Georgia right now. Tornado warning. Observed tornado warning in Savannah, Georgia. It's for this. Yikes! Yeah. Tornado warning for Savannah, Georgia, Bluffton, and Garden City, Georgia, and is observed tornado warning. It's probably a water spout right now, but tornado for Savannah, Georgia. It's not updating yet, but it will eventually. I'm sorry, I'm watching Freddie McKinney stream on mute right now. He is going through some hellish conditions. He just had a power flash in Perry. And the winds are getting crazy. Looks like their hotel they were staying at is out of power. It looks like the whole town's out of power. God bless them. I mean, really, God bless them. I wouldn't have gone into a Category 4 hurricane. Yeah, confirmed water spout about to make landfall near Savannah, Georgia. Please take cover now. Yeah, Perry, Florida is reporting multiple power flashes because the eye wall is coming ashore. So we are dealing with multiple situations here right now. We have a tornado on, a water spout on the ground, on the water. Will be a tornado on the ground once it comes ashore in the next scan or so. So please take cover immediately if you are in the city of Savannah, Georgia. Should be coming ashore here. It should be almost already ashore. So if you're in Savannah, please take cover. I don't know if it's still on the ground or not. or in the water for, all right. From AZ Intel, they say NHC National Hurricane Center Deputy Director Jamie Room says conditions are going downhill really, really quickly. End quote. As Hurricane Helene is approaching Florida and is about to make landfall, quote, it is completely unsafe to leave your home at this point, which is correct. If you leave your home right now in like Perry, Florida, you just don't risk it. Rather stay in your home. Just stay in your home. Be under some heavy furniture. So if your home collapses, if the roof collapses due to the winds, or the wall collapses due to the winds, you'll be relatively safe because all the debris will hit whatever is on top of you. So just be under a table, have a mattress on you. It's not going to be comfortable, I get it, but rather be uncomfortable than to die. All right, we've already had one fatality. We don't need more than one. One is way too much. Recon Mission 18, this is from WeatherTrack US, continues to find winds very supportive of a Category 4, 140 miles an hour on Helene tonight. The pressure is confirmed to be at 938 millibars. So this thing is still dropping. Okay, there's the tornado warning now. Confirmed waterspout was located 5 miles south of Tybee Island, moving northwest at 50 miles an hour. Weather spotters confirm waterspout moving ashore. Move into an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built building. Take cover immediately. Take cover immediately, and then there's not much else to say. Just into the interior room right now. Because this is a very dangerous situation if this continues to be a tornado heading into a metropolitan, which has already been under multiple tornado warnings. So, this one, it's a bit broad. They might actually unissue, and they might just allow it to expire in the next few minutes, see what happens. Go back to the Georgia ones real quick. Dublin, Georgia, rather. Multiple in Georgia. That one looks like it has dissipated. It still looks like there's some rotation, and even the rotation I was looking at earlier. But they kind of broadened out a little bit, so I think they'll either cancel it or expire it. But for the time being, still, Dublin and Dunley, please still stay in cover in case there still is a tornado on the ground. But I don't really see it on radar right now, being on the ground. But still stay in cover. Let's see here. I've only been talking for like an hour, and I'm already drank like half my water bottle because I'm having a hard time talking already. All right. So that is the latest radar scan. You can see that eye wall is coming ashore right now. We're probably still about an hour or so, maybe a little less than an hour away from landfall. Look at the loop here. Yeah, I'd say maybe an hour, maybe like 55 minutes away from landfall. And it actually kind of looks like the eastern eye wall is kind of intensifying a little bit. It looks like some new thunderstorms exploding right as it's making landfall, so that's not good. That probably explains why the pressure continues to drop even as it's making landfall right now. So again, we're probably about an hour away from landfall. If you're in Perry, Steinhatchee, St. Mark's, just stay in your homes till morning. I'd say just stay in your homes till morning. That's all I can hope for. But just checking other things here real quick. My back is already killing me. This chair is not comfortable. So again, tropical storm warnings are in effect for all of Georgia, all of South Carolina, and a little bit more than a third of North Carolina. And obviously most of Florida. I'm surprised they didn't issue for the last 3 counties of the extreme western panhandle. I'm surprised they didn't do a tropical storm warning just in case. But hey, they're the experts. I'm just really relaying the information. I'm going back to Savannah real quick. I just want to keep an eye on that one since it's going into a metropolitan. Yeah, it's like right near Tybee Island. It looks like right now. That might be a TDS. Kind of hard to tell. That's where it looks like most of the strongest rotation is right now. I'm gonna wait for someone else to confirm that, but it is an observed tornado warning, so we could just assume that it is. But we're gonna keep an eye on it. If you're in Savannah, please, I urge you to take cover immediately. Observed tornado warning in effect for your area. It looks like the eye wall on the west side. Let me go back here to Tallahassee radar. Looks like the eye wall. I mean, look at that. Just look at that. That is image to behold. Very interesting. Anyways, the eye wall on the west side is still using a lot of lightning. Producing a lot of lightning, which is not good because that shows there's thunderstorms, and thunderstorms means it's still intensifying. Which is the one thing we didn't want to happen, is intensifying up to landfall. So this is a very dangerous situation for Steinhatchee, Perry. If you're in Taylor or Dixie counties, you're in a very dangerous situation right now. Hopefully you're okay. And again, just be under heavy furniture. You might be uncomfortable for like 7 hours, but being uncomfortable for 7 hours beats being killed by debris. So yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of lightning. I was able to pull up Attic radar on my old phone. I mean, look at all the lightning. This from a few minutes ago. Look at all the lightning that's on the west side of Helene. I mean, just wow. All right, 10 p.m. Major Hurricane Helene position status update. Livestream just scared the hell out of me for a second there. According to the National Hurricane Center, eye wall of extremely dangerous Category 3. I'm sorry, let me start that again. Eye wall of extremely dangerous Category 4 Helene, beginning to move ashore along the Florida coast of the Big Bend at 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. That's the position update. Helene is producing catastrophic winds that will be spreading onshore in the Big Bend, Florida region during the next few hours. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Persons should not leave their shelters and remain in place through the passage of these life-threatening conditions. When the eye comes ashore, people are reminded not to venture out into the relative calm, as hazardous winds will increase very quickly when the eye passes. Remember, just because the eye has, in this case, that's going to be nighttime, but if it's like blue skies and stuff in the eye, you don't want to be out there, because in 10 minutes, it's going to go from blue skies to 160 mile per hour wind gusts like that. So you do not want to be in the eye. You don't want to be outside in the eye, because as soon as those clouds come over you, it's going to be hell all over again. They are staying with 140 mile per hour maximum sustained winds. It is moving northeast at 24 miles an hour. The minimum pressure is 939 millibars, or if you do inches, it's 27.72 inches, which is very low. Helene's catastrophic impacts are ongoing and will continue for the next several hours. So again, I'm just live for the landfall. That's all I'm doing for right now. So again, I have school in the morning. I have a test too, so that kind of ruins things. But if I did have school the next morning, I would definitely just stay up all night just doing this. But I can't. So we're just gonna watch for this to make landfall, and once it makes landfall, we'll keep an eye on a couple other things. And then we'll probably end it there. But for right now, we'll keep an eye on it. Just look at this. This is Tallahassee radar, and it shows it so well. And it's still ongoing through the Carolinas too, which is terrifying. Going back to this one, I don't know why Charleston's radar never really updates at all. It hasn't updated in 10 minutes. You'd think they'd be able to update it a little quicker during these things, but use what you can, I guess. Hold on. The extreme wind warning has been extended northeast and now includes Jennings County in Florida until midnight Eastern Daylight. Wow. Eastern Daylight Time. Take cover now if you are in the warned area. Treat this like a tornado warning or a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, because that's literally what it is. Is that updated? No, that has not updated. 51 minutes and I am already losing my voice. Alright, we'll keep an eye on Savannah, Georgia. Move that back up there. Going back to Tallahassee real quick. So, yeah, so Jennings County in Florida, I believe, or I think that's... I'm sorry, Jennings, Florida. Okay, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. Maybe there is a county called Jennings County in Florida. I'm not from Florida, so I don't know. But if you're in Jennings, Florida, the extreme wind warning is now in effect for that area. So please take cover. Act like this is a tornado warning. Just don't go into your basement because of flooding and storm surge. Well, storm surge you wouldn't be dealing with up in state Florida, but flooding obviously you would be dealing with. So stay on the first floor in the most centralized portion of your house. Please. Keeping an eye out on more updates from Twitter. Trying to see what the chasers are doing. Freddie McKinney looks like him and the other chasers he's with are being pounded by wind in Perry, Florida. Godspeed to him. The eye is currently 11 miles away from land, so we are imminent. It's moving actually a little bit faster than I originally thought, so we're probably maybe a half hour away from landfall at this rate. It's going to be between Perry and Steinhatchee. I think it's probably going to be more in Perry, Florida, where it makes landfall. So we are just doing landfall at this time. And, yeah. Let's go back to Savannah, Georgia, see if the radar is updated yet. And it looks like it has. It still looks like a very strong couplet there. And I don't know. I don't know if I should, if that. It's near the rotation, but it doesn't look like it's like right there. So I will still say it's still likely a tornado on the ground. It's probably a tornado on the ground. If you're near if you're between Bluffton and White Marsh Island, Georgia. I can't speak today. Please take cover now. Areas that could be affected soon if this continues would be Hardyville, South Carolina. So Hardyville, South Carolina, start thinking about and considering uh, tornado precautions. Tornado warning continues for Savannah's back down and radar indicated, but still treat this as if a actual tornado is on the ground. It really could be with that couplet. New tornado warning for Pooler, Montgomery, and Vernonburg, Georgia until 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Radar indicated, and that is for. It's in this area, but I don't know. Oh, is it for this? It might be for this. Yeah, it might be for this portion there. Coming ashore. So, Pooler, Vernonburg, and Montgomery, Georgia, please take cover now. Take a look at these supercells here. Yeah, they are rotating. They are really the best yet. It looks like Dublin's tornado warning has expired, which is good. Or it's been canceled. So we're just watching those ones in Georgia and South Carolina, but right now our main focus is watching the landfall of Major Hurricane Helene. It is 10:10 p.m. here on the East Coast, and yeah, we're just awaiting Helene's landfall. Let's put on the loop here while I peruse here. I mean, yeah, look, it's been able to keep quite a good eye wall in the eye itself, pretty strong all the way up to landfall already. I mean, it looks even better now than it did 10 scans ago. I mean, right here it kind of looks and then it gets into a bit of a circled square, if you will. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I need to drink water. Is there anything new from National Hurricane Center? No, they're just reiterating. And of course, people in the tweet replies are saying, "Oh, it's a Cat 5." It's not. I don't really think it's a Cat 5, and we'll see post analysis. Right now, I can't really see it being a Cat 5 right now. It definitely could be, but I don't think it is right now. Just keeping an eye on things. Sorry if it looks like I'm just kind of, what's the word, zoning out. I'm not. I got Twitter on my other phone here. Just trying to look for what the chasers are saying here. Let me go to the satellite. I want to actually look at the satellite of this thing here real quick. That was a nasty line near Providence, Rhode Island there. It's probably just rain though. Oh. Cloud top IR. Look at this. I mean, really, look at this. This is. I don't think I've seen a hurricane this massive before on satellite. This has to be the biggest hurricane I think I've ever covered on Comrade Weather. And I've been doing this for almost 4 years. So yeah. Really. I mean, look at the eye wall right now. Let me stop it. It's very circular. It looks pretty good right now, which is concerning, to say the least. Let's see here. Go back to Twitter. It's got quiet all of a sudden in the house. I'm probably the only one still awake. Yeah, so it is making landfall probably within the next half hour to 45 minutes. I'd say maybe half hour at the rate it's going. It's probably gonna be half hour. Uh, yeah, we're just waiting. We're just waiting on landfall. That's all we're doing right now. Looks like there might be some convection trying to fire off on the east side here, but kind of hard to tell. Wow, was it in the house? Oh yeah, it is. I'm watching a video from St. Petersburg, on the Venetian Isles. Uh, Storm surge so bad, these people's deck or beach deck has been completely destroyed, and the storm surge has broken through the glass doors and windows, and the surge is coming into the house. It's pretty concerning to see. Uh, no new updates just yet. Just trying to see what's going on here. Yeah, so here's the updated extreme wind warning. This includes Jennings, Ellaville, and Dowling Park and Laurelville, Florida. So until midnight Eastern Daylight Time. Expects winds over 115 miles an hour in these areas. Yeah, we're all right. Looks like a new tornado warning will be issued for uh, Jasper County in South Carolina. Severe Studios issues it like before it even issues on National Weather Service Tornado's website. Uh, there it is. It is for this supercell here that we've been watching. That's probably contamination. For this supercell, I believe. Bluffton, South Carolina is for this cell. Is radar indicated? And I don't really see any debris. And again, it's in a very contaminated area right now. So gonna wait on other word from that from others. Let's keep an eye on this cell here. I don't think that I think that one. Let's keep an eye on that one. I got like super quiet in the house right now. I'm just kind of trying not to be too loud, even though I'm pretty loud right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm watching Freddie McKinney's thing in the background here, and they are just getting walloped by the wind. Uh, Thankfully, they have their goggles on. Yeah, they are just getting walloped by rain and wind. I would not recommend being in that right now. But hey, never stop chasing, I guess. Uh, there's nothing much else right now. Uh, at Brian Allen weather saying 937.7 millibars. So we have unfortunate new update. In North Carolina, 2 have been killed by Hurricane Helene. Vehicle crashes on wet roads caused by Helene. Unfortunately, a 58-year-old and a 40-year-old have been killed. And of course, we had the driver killed in Florida by the highway sign. So unfortunately, we have 3 fatalities, 2 in North Carolina and 1 in Florida. My condolences to the families, and hopefully this, 3 is way too many already, but we hope it doesn't keep growing, which I have a feeling it is gonna keep growing. So I'm sure there are a few chasers that shouldn't be chasing this, but are. And Godspeed and good luck to them. But I really wouldn't. Even if I was Reed Timmer, I wouldn't have chased this. I wouldn't have chased, Ian and Ida and all that. Oh my God! All the wind, the power flash. I wish I could show you guys this, but I can't show it because it's copyrighted. It's I support copyright, and don't get me wrong, but sometimes I think in a disaster, I think you should be able to show it at first, and then deal with the copyright after the storm. Uh, wow. I'm gonna show Weather Track US's radar. I, I mean, it's just crazy. Look at this. That is the eye of Helene coming ashore. Look at the winds, all the pinks, the the tans, the whites almost. I mean, just crazy. All coming ashore, Perry. That's all the winds. Those pinks and purples there. That is all the winds in Perry coming ashore as the eye is coming ashore. This is a very crazy storm, all right. Uh, yeah, so right now I'm just waiting on other word here. Um, Nothing much else really happening at the moment. Keep an eye. What was this cell doing? It's not really doing much. Keep an eye on the Georgia cells. I'm gonna go back to Tallahassee. We're just gonna put it on loop until new information comes out. So I want to put it on that. It actually kind of looks like from the TVS, the tornado vortex signatures. There's about 3 of those red triangles there. It's probably forming meso vortexes, so it's still intensifying as it's coming ashore, which is very bad, very concerning. I kind of wish we never doubted the models. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we should have doubted the models showing, 940 like 6 days ago. They were correct. Uh, Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what else to say and try not to act all quiet. Um, Again, so if you're just joining us, extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane Helene is making landfall at this moment in, I would say, Taylor County, Florida. It will be ashore probably within the next half hour. Looking at the loop, it's going at a pretty quick rate. So, just awaiting landfall at this point. New, oh, nothing new there. Trying to see what this is. According to Livid Weather, he's known in the weather Twitter community. He's saying he's got word that the little pavilion from Idalia is already gone. Again, that's unconfirmed reports. I also don't know. It's a pavilion, so I'm gonna assume maybe it was made for the victims of Idalia or something. I'm not sure. And this is unconfirmed, but I wouldn't be surprised if something like that is destroyed given the winds. Oh, my back is killing me already. Yeah, so again, I think these are mesovortexes on the northwestern eye wall rotating around. Uh, it's still strengthening. It's still strengthening. It's probably at 145. I would not be surprised if it's at 145 miles an hour. Just crazy. It's just crazy right now. I'm just watching the live stream here, watching the radar here. It's crazy. Simon Brewer. I'm sure everyone knows Simon Brewer. He's another famous-ish. You know, he's not really Timber famous, but he is famous. He's got like 32,000 followers on Twitter. He said, "Power is out now." He's just a little southwest of Perry. He's in Perry, but he's in the southwest area. Which doesn't surprise me in the slightest, because the most intense winds at the moment are coming ashore, are already ashore, and you can actually kind of see the eye starting to get up there. I think the next scan will probably starting to get up on there. Yeah, at this point we're just awaiting confirmation of landfall, which we should begin maybe in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So stick around as we await landfall of major Hurricane Helene. Just checking Twitter here. Just check to see. Okay, yes. Brandon Complex got eye wall approaching in Perry, Florida, and ripping sheet metal off buildings, which is a staple of hurricanes. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Sheet metal's pretty easy to rip up in such strong winds. It is almost 10:30 here on the East Coast. We are awaiting Helene to make landfall. I mean, the past like 2 scans, this thing's been strengthening. It's been strengthening on approach, almost on the land. It's almost like thunderstorms have almost completely wrapped around the entire eye itself. Thunderstorms around the entire eye itself. That is crazy. Going back to Georgia, we're gonna look at these 2 warnings. That's a 20. If there is a tornado, it's that detached couplet there. If there is one, but it doesn't seem like any rotation there. And the rotation that is there is pretty contaminated. Same with that one. Doesn't look like it would be where the tornado actually would be. But we'll keep an eye on that. A few others here are rotating. That's gonna go tornado warned in a second. Probably. You're Oliver, Georgia. Northwest, a little southwest of Sylvania, Georgia, not including Sylvania, Georgia. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Right now, I think the main focus is just watching this thing make landfall. there's nothing much else right now. Coming across the airwaves. Yeah, people are agreeing with me. It's still strengthening into landfall, which rarely happens. Believe it or not, hurricanes do tend to weaken as they approach land. If you didn't know that, but this one isn't. This one's still strengthening. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at 145 Cat 4. It's definitely probably not intense. It's not intensely strengthening. It's not rapid intensification, um, but still intensifying nonetheless. New tornado warning has just been issued for Virginia, Rocky Mount, Henry Ford, and Boone's Mill, Virginia, until 11 o'clock. Okay, 11 o'clock. See, I'm already losing my voice. That is in this portion in Roanoke. It's probably for this cell, I believe. I don't know, let's look up. Yep, yeah, it is for this cell. So, tornado warning for Henry Fork, Rocky Mound, Virginia. So Franklin County, Virginia, take cover immediately. Tornado warning. I don't see a TDS, which is good news, but there is broad, but some rotation. So definitely should take cover right now. Tornado warning isn't popping up just yet, but it will soon here. They might have a warning for that that rotation too. Let me go back to Georgia real quick. That one I just I don't really think it is rotating anymore. If it is, it's more barely. And this one I think might be trying to go through a recycling phase. So that old hook's not really doing anything, but this new hook is. So we'll keep an eye on this one. This one's near Savannah, Georgia. That one's not currently tornado warned, but we'll keep an eye on it. These ones, again, still broad rotation, except for that area. Yeah. That looks like contamination, though. And they're continuing the tornado warning for Hardyville. So, yeah, that's good for right now. And yeah, all right, we're just waiting on landfall at this point. I'm trying to stall here because I don't know what else to talk about. And there's not much else to talk about. We're just waiting for landfall. That's it. Just want to take a screenshot on my other phone here. That has to be the largest hurricane we've ever seen on radar. In the 4 years, in the almost 4 years I've been doing this. Oh yeah, I actually should probably mention this. So why don't we go to the track of Helene while we have some downtime, if you will. All right, so this is the track as of 8 o'clock this evening, and they're gonna update in like the next few minutes. It's still gonna be a hurricane in southern Georgia. It's gonna be a Category 2 hurricane in Georgia, in south central Georgia. So, and I don't know why people are saying, "Oh, Atlanta will be fine" and all that. No, Atlanta, you need to be ready for gusts up to 80 miles an hour. 'cause this thing's still probably going to be low end, count one, if not tropical storm, by the time it gets up to you. 'Cause this is a very powerful system. This is a very powerful storm. Polar Georgia just got issued for a new tornado warning, so please take cover in that area, if you're in that area. Trying to keep up with as many things as possible here. Here is the flash flooding risk. This is for today. All the way up from Tallahassee, all the way up to the Virginia North Carolina border. See, day 2, there's a high risk in the Carolina hills and mountains. There is a slight risk in on day 3 in Kentucky, Indiana, and that's probably just for the remains of it. All right, this is coming. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. They just deleted it. Never mind. We're going back to Rocky Mountain. Someone on Twitter saying there's a tornado on the ground, which I'm not heavily surprised by. Yep, we have a tornado on the ground. Tornado is on the ground. Just southeast of Henry Fork. If you are in Henry Fork, Rocky Mountain, Virginia, please take cover immediately. Tornadoes on the ground at this time. There is a little bit of a... Yeah, I don't think that's contamination at all. I don't think that's clear air either. I do think that is a tornado. And we're in a pretty good area. It's got barely any interference from the radar, so I do think that is a tornado on the ground right now. So please take cover now in Henry Fork and Rocky Mountain, Virginia. If you're in those areas, please take cover immediately. Keep an eye on. We'll stay on with this for a second. This comes from the National Weather Service in Melbourne, Florida. As of 10 o'clock, some top Helene wind gusts from around East Central Florida include at Orlando International, 67 miles an hour. At the Executive Airport in Orlando, 63. Sanford International, 59. And Melbourne International at 53. So they're getting about 50 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts in eastern Florida. So you can tell the magnitude of tropical storm winds. We weren't lying when we said this is going to be a large storm, because it is a large storm. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this. We're going to keep an eye on Henry Fork. New tornado warning for Furman, Tillman, South Carolina, and Clio, Georgia. Please take cover now, as radar indicated. Garnett is also, and Pineland are also in this tornado warning in South Carolina / Georgia. So please take cover now. I'll go back to it in just a second here. Check. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That could have been contamination there, but it was kind of hard to talk. And now it's contamination. Because I really doubt it's that big and barely any. Yeah, that's not on the ground right now. So Rocky Mountain looks like it's lifted, but still stay in cover if you're in that area. And this is for this area, I believe. Yep, there we go. It's for this. So I don't know where the rotation is. I would assume it's where this detached couplet is there, Hardyville. But I don't really see much rotation there. But regardless, take cover now if you are in Furman, Tillman, South Carolina, Clio, Georgia, too. Yeah. go back and let's continue watching. Let me look at that. We'll put it on loop again. And just waiting on other word from other chasers that I can relay. But nothing too much yet. Yeah, we're just waiting on landfall. That's basically all we're doing right now. No other news at the moment. Apparently at Horseshoe Beach, Florida, uh, one of the Mesovar project cams at Horseshoe Beach. Before the storm hit, there was like a little. Maybe that's the pavilion Livid was talking about. That might be. Little pavilion in the background. As of like a few minutes ago, the shed or the pavilion's completely gone. You can't even see it. So I'm gonna assume it's gone at this point due to all the winds bashing the camera. Uh, I think they're about to issue an 11 o'clock update because they just issued advisory 5, I believe, for Isaac, which is heading out to sea, probably heading more towards Spain and Portugal. Uh, so right now we're just waiting on their word and we're just waiting on landfall. Mm. Wow. So Jason just had up close power flash in Perry, Florida. So close you could actually see those sparks right on their hood, which is concerning. Uh, all right. Getting a little lost in watching Ryan Scholl walking into the storm, seeing a power flash, and like, nope, I'm out of here. Uh, it's very close to land at this point. It's so very. Oh wait, hold up. I'm just realizing this now. Let me move this real quick. I think Tallahassee's been. I think we lost Tallahassee radar. That would make sense because it doesn't seem like. Yeah, 22-12. So yeah, 10-12. So we're gonna go to Elgin. I think we're gonna have to go to Elgin radar. Yeah, it's coming ashore right now. Our landfall is imminent. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like it's going super fast, and now I realize why. Because radar wasn't updating. Because I think Tallahassee's been hit by yeah, oh yeah, significant winds. All right. That's all right. Oh, again, we can see pretty good. Maybe we can see better from Jackson. Yeah, we'll stay at Jackson. No, we're not staying at Jackson because they're also out. Guess we're staying at Elgin. Oh, is there one up here? Yes, there is. Oh, and that one's out too. All right, yeah, I guess we're just staying at Elgin because that's the only radar in the area available. Uh, Landfall's imminent. That's pretty much. I'm gonna be correct in my prediction. I said it was gonna be a Category 4, but it's about 5 miles an hour faster, well, stronger than I expected. I was saying 135 Cat 4, and it's gonna be. But I said it's going to be near Perry, Florida, and I'm going to be about an hour off on my prediction time. I said it was going to be at 10:07 p.m. It's 10:45. It's probably making landfall right now. So, yeah, not too bad with hurricane prediction, and I'm not even a tropical weather guy. More, severe, all that. I think right now the National Hurricane Center is waiting on it making landfall before they issue their 11 o'clock observation. Um, or they're probably just writing it up now. Yeah, I think landfall is definitely imminent. Um, Within the next 5 to 10 minutes, I would say. 'Cause I mean, like a quarter of the eye is already on land. Wouldn't it be scary to see this thing just intensify over land? Why do I have a feeling that's gonna happen? I doubt it's gonna happen, but given it's been strengthening all the way up to now, like it's still strengthening, is concerning. Uh, Rocket Mountain continues. All right. Every tornado warning right now is radar indicating they're all looking either broad or just very contaminated to the point we can't even tell where they are. Uh, so I'm just gonna shut off my computer here. Uh, Save battery. I didn't really even need it at that one point. And now I have a big red light shining over this way. That's alright. Yeah, so landfall imminent. Just waiting on the word from National Hurricane Center. I think it's gonna happen soon. Okay, yep. So Jacksonville just announced National Weather Service. Jacksonville has lost power, and KJAX and KVAX radars are down. National Weather Service New Orleans has assumed backup for us. So Tallahassee's radar, Jacksonville radar, Moodyville, right? Yeah, Moody Air Force Base radar. 3 radars are down right now. We are looking at this from Elgin Air Force Base. This is the closest radar that hasn't lost power yet. I say yeah, because it's pretty close to the storm itself as well. I don't think it's gonna get as much strong winds, but it still could. Oh wow, Kenny is getting dangerous wind, and they're in a car too. Um, God bless them. Yeah, we have yeah. So 3 radars are down that I know of. 3 radars. KJAX, KVAX, and TLH radar. And New Orleans has taken up operations from Jacksonville. So it's getting very concerning here. How much have I tweeted today? Over 200. Okay. New tornado warning for Roanoke, Virginia, Cave Spring, Virginia, and Vinton, Virginia. This is an extension of the Rocky Mount tornado warning. So I'm gonna just go right back there for just a second. Yeah, there is still rotation there. It's quite broad though, and the correlation coefficient is quite contaminated, so it's kind of hard to draw assumptions from that. But we'll keep an eye on it. But the main thing right now that we're keeping an eye on is the landfall. Oh, is Tallahassee back on? Yes, Tallahassee radar is back online, it looks like. It's probably going to make landfall again in the next 5 to 10 minutes. It's really close. Good quarter of it's already on land. Hold up. All right, so the Doppler on Wheels just released a tweet that says the calm before the storm, hashtag Helene. Are there DAOs right now in Florida tracking this thing? That'd be kind of cool, and I think the first of its kind. I think. So I don't think I've seen a DAO ever in, Dixie Alley or, anywhere that is not the Plains or the Midwest. So very interesting. Very interesting. All right. 10:52, 8 minutes to 11. Just waiting on National Hurricane Center updates and waiting for landfall, which I think is imminent in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, that's about it for right now. Keep it on loop here. I hate to see what places look like after, like Perry. I hate to see what Perry looks like after a hurricane. Of course, Freddie McKinney and his chaser friends are standing in the wind. And it looks fun, but I'd be worried because of my weight. I think I'd be flying away. I think I'd be like Flat Stanley, just kind of flying away into the wind, be blown to Canada. But yeah, they're crazy. Trying to figure out what else to say, so I'm stalling here because I'm waiting on Landfall. I'm gonna check Pineland. It's where some people are saying there's tornado genesis underway, or trying to attempt to be. That is in South Carolina. Where is that in South Carolina? Somewhere. I'm assuming. Yeah, it's probably not this one, but we should keep an eye on this one anyways. That one's not on the ground, but I definitely would keep an eye on it. I think I think they're probably referring to this one here. Just doesn't look like it's on the ground at the moment, but yeah, we'll still keep an eye on it. So it's like close to the radar too, so it's kind of hard to tell too. If you can tell, I'm getting tired already. um, but yeah, I'm just trying to stay up till I get the official landfall, and then I'll probably head to bed because I just can't stay up. It's a Thursday night. It's a school night. I just can't stay up and do this all night. I wish I could, but can't. No new updates yet. And we are 4 minutes away from 11. Tornado is about to occur soon near Garnett, South Carolina. Take cover now. That was the one we were looking at earlier, just a few seconds ago, actually. It does look like it is trying to do something, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I think it's gotta organize just a little bit better, and then we could be talking about a tornado. Unconfirmed reports that Helene has made landfalls at 140 mile per hour Cat 4. Retweeting it right now, but I'm gonna wait from National Hurricane Center, who should issue something soon. I would assume soon. Just gonna move my computer here because I'm gonna throw it back in my backpack. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. This is probably, yeah, it's made landfall. I definitely think it's made landfall. So I'm gonna call it now. Helene has made landfall. It's a Category 4 hurricane in Taylor County, Florida, near Perry, Florida. As Category 4 with winds up to 140 miles an hour. Catastrophic impacts are ongoing or expected to begin shortly, including storm surge, which is already ongoing, devastating winds, which is already ongoing. So I can see, and once this stream is done, which in a few minutes I'll end it, it can go on Freddie McKinney's stream. He's just got winds blowing at his car. And they're standing out there like a bunch of idiots, but hey, it's the American dream for chasers. So yeah, significant winds, significant storm surge, significant flooding, especially in the hills of the Carolinas. Oh, here we go. Hurricane Helene very close to making landfall in the Florida Big Bend, accompanied by a catastrophic storm surge and life-threatening winds. Oh, hold up. It might be a Category 5. Hold on. I'm going on NHC. We may have a Category 5 hurricane here. Give me 1 second here. Okay, no, never mind. No, it's not a Category 5. No. That must have been an unconfirmed report. It does not appear to be a Category 5. It is still a Category 4 140. As of 11 o'clock. Very close to making landfall at this time. Yeah, someone put on their fake Category 5 thing. Uh, Looked believable at first, but thankfully I fact checked. So Category 4, it appears, is about to make landfall, if it hasn't already, which think it has, but I won't argue. Um, yeah, so half the eye has to make landfall, and it's practically made landfall. So I'm gonna call it. It has made a landfall. Category 4, winds up to 140 miles an hour in Taylor County, Florida, near Perry. Um, Significant storm surge and catastrophic storm surge, catastrophic winds, and flooding is ongoing or expected to begin now. Um, so if you're in southern Georgia, if you're up all the way to Atlanta, if you're up to like Asheville, North Carolina, to Greenville, South Carolina, you're in tropical headlines. You need to be ready for tropical or hurricane force winds. Always be ready for a category higher. So if they're saying like 65 miles an hour in Greenville, be ready for 75 miles an hour. Um, so just be ready. Be ready for anything. Um, and again, I'm just gonna say it. It's made a landfall. Um, as a category 4, you can see it's already dealing with wind interaction. So I'm gonna say it's made landfall. It looks like it's made landfall. It looks like half the eye is already up there. Um, it says made landfall. 937, 938 millibars, very low pressure at landfall. Quite a crazy thing. I'm getting very tired here, folks, and I just wanted to do this up till landfall because I just wanted to watch landfall. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you're in any of these any tropical headlines, please refer to your local National Weather Service, the National Hurricane Center, and your local news for any more information. Um, but otherwise, I think that's going to do it for me here tonight. So thank you for tuning in, and yeah, see you in the next one.